Security conference held. Care International supports peace in Enga. And Central Provincial Police Command hosts parade. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malcolm Waira. Thank you for joining us. Central Provincial Police Command conducted its parade today at Laloki Oval before receiving 2 vehicles during the opening of the refurbished 15-mile police station.
Here member Kitidu says Central is one of the provinces that faces challenges in police logistics and manpower. However, he says the police personnel continues to show up every day to serve.
A shortage of manpower, poor infrastructure, and lack of logistical support. Yet here they are, and here you are, wearing the uniform with pride and ready to serve.
He followed through with the presentation of 2 10-seater police vehicles and the opening of the 15-mile renovated police station.
To officially hand over the keys to these 2 10-seater troopers to be operated within the Quarry LLG, and we look forward to more collaboration in this regard in the enforcement of our law enforcement unit.
Assistant Police Commissioner NCDC and Central Province Benjamin Turi urged the community and the police personnel to take care of the public assets.
Okay, public, I'm be putting a back lipla. You are our eyes also. You see nothing, something not right with the vehicle being misused, carry family, or bring a spark. You report the police officers. Get a video, picture, na report him.
The refurbished police station is the only police station to have cell blocks for females, males, and juveniles. The event, which started with parade in Laloki Psychiatric Oval, concluded at 15-mile police station, Sogari. The event was witnessed by the public, the police hierarchies, and the officers from the Central Province and Kairukuhiri electorate. Charlie Dumavi, National EMTV News.
Also, police in Leh are gearing up for the independence celebrations, however revealed that their security operations depends on the financial support they receive from the provincial government.
Divisional Commander for Northern Command, Assistant Commissioner of Police Peter Guinness, outlined that all provinces in his command will also need the same support from their respective provincial governments.
I normally get support from them, and I will ask the respective provincial governments to give funding if they can, make funding available so that we can be able to provide the necessary support to the people in the command, so that they can also enjoy a peaceful 50 years independence celebration.
ACP Guinness highlighted the independence celebrations in Leh.
For Leh, I am told, but I'm yet to confirm that our cadets will be going over to Leh. The celebration for independence will coincide with the Morobe. So we'll have a fun time in Leh.
Chief of Police Service in Bougainville, Francis Tokura, gave a brief on the independence celebrations in Bougainville.
We have planned to have celebrations in all the 3 regions, in Buin, in South Bougainville, in Arawa, in Central Bougainville, and in the main one will be in Buka, at Huchana Oval in Buka, North Bougainville.
Mr. Tokura expressed the same sentiments, stating the support will come from the Bougainville government.
If we are able to secure sufficient funds, then we'll have 3 days of celebrations from 14th, 15th, and the main one on the 16th of September.
Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
The autonomous region of Bougainville has its own policing challenges, particularly in deploying manpower within the region and addressing other key area needs.
Deputy Commissioner of Police in Bougainville, Francis Tokura, explained that Bougainville has policing challenges.
Rebuilding the police service after all these years, starting from scratch to being, I hope, if Bougainville does get independent, we will be the youngest police force in the world. and we've got a long way to go. I must admit that we've got a lot of challenges in funding issues like what the APHS is facing at the moment.
The police force still lacks manpower, police stations, staff housing and vehicles.
And we lack manpower. That's the most critical issue that we currently have with manpower. The population of Bougainville is roughly about 500,000, I think. That's what we are being told. The manpower that we have is only 200. And compared to the United Nations ratio of 1 policeman to police 450, we nowhere near meeting that criteria.
Recently, the police administration has been able to carry out some redevelopment project in the region and is slowly reviving some of the facilities.
Now rebuilding some of the police stations which were burned down during the crisis. One of them is the old Keta police station, which we are now rebuilding. We also got a new police station that we are building now in Bana in South Bougainville, Kunwa in North Bougainville, and Paguna, the old Paguna mine, and in Suwai district. We've got other police stations that we are yet to build in Torokina, Nisan, Kunwa and Wakuna.
Mr. Tokua explained funding is always an issue for them. The Bougainville police rely heavily on their government for funding assistance.
On Bougainville government to give us funding. And the Bougainville government, as we all know, also relies on the national government for funding every year, financial support.
Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
A total of 7 council wards in the Surunki local level government in the Laigap district of Enga province have come together to celebrate the National Repentance Day.
The landmark initiative was part of the Peace Building and Livelihood Support Project, aims to support transformation in the Western District of Wabek and Lagaip of Enga province. The project was to build peace, unity and community resilience in the 7 council wards. The project manager for Care International in Enga province, Manuel Peter, commanded the communities to take initiative of the peace program that they have been running in the district.
Come now, never stop for 10 years, 20 years, no, never stop for a year or 6 months, never go. On our development partners also come start long time. But big plus I mean you take ownership, you looking rain come, sun come, you sit down now, respect you take ownership to the program, you must not take it.
The 7 council wards came with drugs and ombro to show that they will not get involved in such activities anymore. The 7 wards came with their war cry, shouting that they wanted peace in their communities and no trouble fights. The deputy principal for Surunki Secondary School and the chairman for Surunki Peace Advocacy Society, Michael Daniels, said Care International came in on time to help solve the tribal welfare communities in the Surunki LLG.
In time, come in said now. Can time come now? Mara must be advocates to do one of Surunki secondary. So all staff are talking about we are on the same mission, so we will partner together and we work. So upon hearing that, we were very happy. They were in timely so. So I came down here and met with them. So they said we are going to provide all the logistics. So wherever we go and advocate, we go as a team.
Mr. Michael said most of the awareness programs they did was based on the Bible.
Stories, and then we relate to the current situation, all this affecting the people, so how we should have solve this problem in other avenues. Instead of resolving with gunfire and cutting man and talking about that.
The peace ceremony was attended by representatives from Enga provincial government, church leaders and elites of the Lagaip communities. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News, Enga.
Bank of South Pacific Financial Group Limited has delivered a net profit after tax of 572 million kina in the first half of 2025. Prime Minister James Marape described this as a symbol of Papua New Guinea's economic resilience as the country prepares to celebrate 50 years of nationhood.
Prime Minister James Marape said BSP's success aligns with his government's PNG 2050 vision. He said for 50 years, PNG has relied heavily on resources. The next 50 years will be defined by economic diversification from agriculture and tourism to digital economy. BSP's role as the region's largest bank is critical to financing this transition by extending credit, supporting small to medium enterprises, and driving financial inclusions. Prime Minister Marapes said BSP is helping the government to empower people and chart a stronger economic future. As PNG marks half a century of independence, BSP achievement stands as a symbol of national progress, from a small domestic bank in 1975 to a regional financial powerhouse today. Nicole Rahman, National EMTV News.
You're with National EMTV News. More local stories when we come back. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab saja ya? Yum!
This different.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum!
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
Buy Gift to Pay with Telecom. Save the top-up businesses Gift to Pay from your phone. Here's how to buy. Dial *775#, enter the meter number, enter the amount, press 1 to confirm, and receive SMS with voucher and transaction reference number. Great value and PNG-owned Shop Feels Good. Drop in to your nearest Telecom store or kiosk to top up and buy EasyPay. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennell, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Bogus agriculture projects are being used by foreign logging companies to steal millions of tons of valuable tropical timber. The PNG Forest Authority must immediately suspend all FCA licenses and stop illegal log exports. Stop the FCA abuse now. This message was brought to you by community advocacy group Act Now.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kai Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local markets. Tune in to Kai Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. The Civil Aviation Safety Authority hosted the annual Papua New Guinea Aviation Safety and Security Conference in Port Moresby today. The theme of the conference is Safe Skies at 50, Sustainable Together for the Next 50.
The conference, which started today at the APEC House, will continue tomorrow. Today's event saw representatives from various businesses like Air New Guinea, MAF, PNG Air, LFX, Pacific Helicopters and others who attended. Safety and security regulators of the region, known as Pacific Aviation Safety Office, or PASO, also attended. General Manager for CASA PNG, Benedict Oraka, said Papua New Guinea has come a long way in the past 50 years in the aviation industry. He said the conference is to address some of the challenges.
The aviation industry has to contribute towards development in the country and make sure that there's, tangible outcomes from the work that we do, and it has to be felt by our people in the rural areas. As you know, much of our population lives in the rural areas, so this is our opportunity to coordinate and ensure we deliver on that aspiration to assist with developing the rural areas in our country.
General Manager for PASO, Silimani Solomona Jr., says the rest of the Pacific Island countries look up to Papua New Guinea as a leader when it comes to aviation safety and security. He said PNG has proven to be a leader in that space.
Today we celebrate 50 years of Safe Skies. This is no small achievement and reflects resilience, partnerships and deep commitment to aviation safety and security. The conference theme, Safe Skies at 50, Sustainable Future Together for the Next 50, carries two important messages. First, it is about recognition. It honors the incredible work and legacy of those who built Papua New Guinea's aviation system, often under some of the most challenging operating conditions in the world. Second, it is about vision. It reminds us that the next 50 years will demand innovation, sustainability, and above all, regional cooperation.
A key segment of the conference was the panel discussion, which featured Acting Managing Director for National Airports Corporation, Dominic Kaumu, New Sky Pacific Managing Director, Graham Blade, PNG Air CEO, Brian Fraser, and Tropic Air CEO, Ashley Roy. The conference will end tomorrow. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, according to the Pacific Aviation Safety Office, who are responsible for overseeing regulatory aviation safety in the region, Papua New Guinea is regarded as one of the safest countries in the aviation industry.
General Manager for Pacific Aviation Safety Office, Silimani Solomona Jr., says Papua New Guinea has set the standard in the Pacific in the space of aviation safety and security. Mr. Solomona said other Pacific Island countries can look up to PNG.
CASA PNG has built a reputation as a leader in the Pacific for its commitment to aviation safety and oversight. That leadership has been recognized globally. On behalf of PASO and its members, I deeply congratulate Papua New Guinea for exceeding the global average in ICAO's effective implementation scores. A testament to its excellence, resilience and commitment to continuous improvement. Papua New Guinea's achievements reflects the value of ICAO's global framework and the importance of aligning national oversight with international standards. It sends a powerful message. Papua New Guinea is not only keeping pace, it is setting an example for the Pacific and beyond.
He added that Pacific Islands face challenges when it comes to capacity development, geographic remoteness and others, but they have shown resilience over the years.
Papua New Guinea's aviation story is unique with its rugged mountains, dense forests, and remote islands. Aviation has always been more than a convenience, it has been a lifeline. For 50 years, aviation has connected remote communities, supported health and education, enabled trade, and opened doors for tourism and economic growth.
Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
In an act of healing, Prime Minister James Marape yesterday publicly withdrew the curse he made in 2019 on those practicing corruption, urging both leaders and citizens to embrace honesty and integrity.
In a significant and emotional moment, the Prime Minister revisited the speech he made in 2019, declaring that corruption and those who practice it are holding Papua New Guinea back. Withdrawing this curse, Prime Minister Marape made a strong stance against corruption.
I withdraw the curse to corruption I made here at this podium 7 years ago. But, Pastor, it was a curse to those who practice corruption, not curse to the country.
He said the country's 50 years are ending, and on the 16th of September 2025, PNG will enter into a new moment of resetting on God's foundation for the next 50 years. Mr. Marape further issued a blunt reminder to leaders and public servants to serve with humility and honesty.
I am making this statement appeal to all the 2% of Papua New Guineans, just 2%, public servants and politicians. If you and me are truly in love with our country and want the best for our country, say sorry today for the wrong of the last 49 years. Make honest repentance and say, God, we give our life to you and we dedicate the balance of our life to our country and to make our country a better place.
Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
Papua New Guinea Bible Church have opened the recently redeveloped tabernacle at the Tamil Bible School over the weekend.
The Tamil Bible School vicinity was filled with Papua New Guinea Bible Church members all throughout the country to witness the opening of the tabernacle. The redevelopment was funded by church members of the PNG Bible Church. One of the church members and the son of one of the pioneer missionary, David Serwa, gave a brief history of the church and how it came about.
Today marks a special day in the history of Papua New Guinea Bible Church, Tambul District. And this is on this location, our first missionaries came to Papua New Guinea on the 24th of August 1948 in Port Moresby, and then flew up to Goroka, Mount Hagen, and then moved on to Pabrabuk, which is the headquarters of Papua New Guinea Bible Church. And from there, he came up to Tambul in 1952, and the work in Tambul District started in 1952.
Mr. Serra added that the Tamil Bible School trains pastors for PNG Bible Church all throughout the country and abroad as well.
Third building, but it is this time we've built this on the same foundation, and our church has been growing, and we've got a Bible school. Tambul Bible School is the Bible school that is training all the pastors for the country.
He said the refurbishment started in 2016 and finally has seen its completion.
And then the National Church handed that back to the district church, and the district church handed back to the Bible school, which they will be using throughout the year.
The tabernacle was named after Reverend Brock to commemorate his services to Tamil Bible School in the 1990s. It was named Reverend Robert Merrill Brock Memorial Tabernacle. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
Infrastructure for Resilient Island States PNG project aims to strengthen our country's institutional and technical capacity for climate-resilient transport infrastructure development.
Infrastructure for Resilient Island States PNG project, in collaboration with Department of Works and Highways and the Global Green Growth Institute, hosted a Climate Risk and Vulnerability Assessment Foundation training, certificate presentation and South-to-South knowledge exchange debrief recently. Supported by the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure through the Infrastructure Resilience Accelerator Fund, the Foundation CRVA training was delivered for 16 DOWH offices and 2 GGI offices to enhance the technical knowledge in climate risk integration for road infrastructure, planning and design. DOWH Secretary Gibson Holemba challenged the participants to use the skills and knowledge gained from the training to make an impact. He said these certificates must translate from the 4 days workshop to 4 years or so of their employment with impact. GGI PNG country representative Mohammed Ali Shaikh highlighted the importance of capacity building in achieving the project's goal of increasing access to knowledge, resources, and standards for resilient and inclusive infrastructure. He said by equipping DOWH officers with the technical knowledge to integrate climate risk into road planning, they are not only strengthening institutions, but also enabling solutions that will stand the test of time, disaster, and climate change. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the NASFAN market report. The kina closed lower at $0.2402 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, Yokina was buying $0.2327 US, 0.3556 Australian dollars, 0.1918 euro, 33.97 Japanese yen. Looking at the commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee closed lower, cocoa closed lower, copra closed lower, palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading lower, copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading lower, the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National EMTV News returns after the break. Stay tuned.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favorite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck. Like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too. Like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me. Which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Get twice the data with Telecom. Enjoy bonus double data from Thursday to Saturday on selected plans. You get twice the data at the same price. For instance, for 5 kina, you get 6 gigabytes valid for 1 day. And that's more data for you to stream videos and play your online games. Drop into your nearest Telecom store or kiosk to top up and get your double data. Great value and PNG owned sure feels good.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic, and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport, to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
Soft and lovely hair growth cream. The new way to nourish your hungry hair. The first hair growth cream with natural origins. No silicone, overload of nutrients, and incredibly melted texture that is instantly absorbed by your hair. Available at Trends Essential Beauty Shop in Bryant Bell Plaza, Gordon's, and Eliseo Rainbow, Trend Salons, and all retail shops near you.
Tell him shorty come get it in. Come grind on me, but met it in. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring that groove down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring that groove down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi bottle. Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi bottle.
You're watching National EMTV News. Money Plus continues to contribute in the space of education with a donation of school kits in Lay City recently.
100 school bags and books were presented to Lay Secondary and Bougainville Primary Schools, respectively. Money Plus Lay team leader, Kason Maino, said education is one of the most valuable tools any individual can possess, and it shapes the future of kids. Mr. Maino said Money Plus is always committed to giving back to communities by uplifting and empowering the future of students across the country through its corporate social responsibility. The same program will also be carried out in other main centers going forward. Pakatambua National EMTV News.
Two stories making headlines overseas. The Israeli government has praised Australia for expelling the Iranian ambassador after accusing Iran of sponsoring anti-Semitic attacks in Sydney and Melbourne.
The Israeli Prime Minister's office has welcomed these steps taken by the Australian government. It comes after the Israeli Prime Minister made what Israel called a forthright intervention in Australia's politics, calling Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese weak and accusing the Australian government of not taking the problem of anti-Semitism seriously. Now Israel says Australia has acted in a decisive way and a way that Jewish citizens will welcome for their safety.
For the Australian government to take those threats seriously is a positive outcome. It is, of course, a matter for the Australian government, the actions they take, but be in no doubt the government of Iran, I don't say the people of Iran, the government of Iran are a wholly negative influence on world affairs. They openly say they wish to wipe this country off the face of the earth, and they have around the world, in London and now it seems in Australia as well, are actively seeking to attack Jewish communities and other Israeli interests or targets in Israel.
This does, however, play into the Iranian government's response to Australia's actions. Iran's foreign ministry says Australia has taken these steps precisely because of criticism from Israel. It's accused Australia of expelling its ambassador as a way to blunt some of the criticism it was receiving from Israel and to kind of tone down the diplomatic spat over Australia's criticism of Israel's conduct in Gaza. For the allegations themselves, Iran's foreign ministry has called them baseless and said they are psychological warfare. It says there's no history of anti-Semitism in Iran and it's not part of the religion or the culture of that country. However, these allegations are consistent with a pattern identified by intelligence and security services in other Western democracies. People have been arrested for similar offences in countries like France and the UK and Germany, and the security services in Canada and the US have made similar allegations as well. Iran, on those occasions, has also denied interfering in the domestic affairs of other countries, but there's a significant amount of evidence that elements of the Iranian government do use criminal proxies to sponsor these type of actions with the intent of threatening dissidents, journalists and parts of the Iranian diaspora, as well as projecting kind of threat and intimidation to Jewish interests and interests it associates with Israel. Iran might deny these things, but Western democracies and their security services have long been saying these are precisely the sorts of activities the Islamic Republic engages in.
The initial findings of an Israeli military investigation into a deadly attack on a Gaza hospital failed to acknowledge that troops fired on the building a second time.
The outrage over the dual attacks on the Nasser hospital in Khan Yunis continues to grow as Israel faces accusations it's breached international law, not only opening fire on a hospital, but killing journalists in the process. The initial findings of an internal Israeli military investigation have been released, but they leave more questions unanswered about strikes which killed 20 Palestinians, among them 5 journalists. The public statement from the IDF says that troops in Khan Yunis identified a camera at the Nasser hospital, which they said was set up by Hamas to monitor military movements. But they haven't provided any evidence for how that conclusion was reached, other than to argue Hamas regularly uses hospitals to shield its activities. International news agencies have multiple live cameras set up across Gaza, providing skyline and street scenes. The IDF says the decision was taken to open fire, and that's the attack which killed cameraman Hussam al-Masri, who'd been operating that camera for news agency Reuters. What the statement doesn't address or even reference is the fact there was a second strike on exactly the same location moments later, an attack which hit emergency workers and journalists who'd rushed to the scene, a tactic referred to by many as a double tap. Israel claims 6 terrorists were among those killed, but it hasn't provided their names or any other details as to who they are. The Israeli military's chief has directed the inquiry to continue, looking into who authorised the strike and under what circumstances. But even before this statement was released by the IDF, the United Nations was casting doubt on whether this inquiry would go to the heart of what happened in Khan Yunis.
Targeting journalists is forbidden, but also targeting hospitals is forbidden. It's, of course, the responsibility of Israel as the occupying power to investigate. But these investigations need to yield results. There needs to be justice. We haven't seen results or accountability measures yet.
It certainly appears that what the IDF has said so far shows that prediction may ring true. The full investigation may provide more of those answers, with Israel promising transparency and insisting it only targets Hamas. But what has been seen so far will only fuel accusations that comments such as those are hollow.
Indian exporters are bracing for turmoil as an extra 25% tariff on all Indian goods entering the United States takes effect from today.
It's certainly a bruising moment for Indian exporters. From today, many Indian-made goods landing in the United States will be slapped with an extra 25% tariff, which the US has actually called a sanction for India's purchasing of Russian oil. Now that takes total US duties on Indian products to as high as 50%, which analysts say is pretty much the equivalent of a trade embargo. The US is India's biggest export market, worth nearly $90 billion last year. So this is a major hit, especially for textiles, seafood and jewellery. They're already seeing orders cancelled, with American buyers shifting to more favourable markets like Bangladesh and Vietnam. Now, exporter groups are warning of heavy job losses if this continues. Now, there are a couple of carve-outs. Pharmaceuticals and electronics, including iPhones assembled in India, will escape the tariffs for now. And economists say India's overall growth story won't be derailed. But in the short term, the pain is real. As for the politics, Washington has accused New Delhi of bankrolling Moscow's war chest. India insists its imports keep global markets stable. Now, trade talks between New Delhi and Washington had already stumbled over US demands for more access to India's dairy and farm markets. Now, with this extra 25%, there's little sign either side is ready to blink.
A crucial load test has been carried out on what will become the world's tallest bridge ahead of its opening in China.
A convoy of almost 100 trucks weighing more than 3,000 tonnes drove across the structure to test its cables and suspenders. It was the final structural exam for the bridge, which is more than 600 metres above the river that it crosses. It's also the longest bridge in a mountainous area, spanning almost 3 kilometres.
National EMTV News returns with Truka Sports. Details after the break.
Daytech, the largest communication technology solution and services provider in PNG. We have the best brands and huge range of products for students, home users, small and medium business, corporate and enterprises. At Daytech, we have sound business practices and strong affiliations with some of the largest technologies in the world. We offer large range of genuine HP inks and toners at competitive prices with mid-range to high-end printers to suit your environment. Check out our special offers at our retail shops today. Daytech, innovative solutions, value services.
What if every drop of waste oil you poured away could turn into something worse?
50,000 litres of oil is believed to have spilled into the sea.
Waste oil doesn't just disappear. It seeps into our rivers, poisons our land, and suffocates wildlife. Every drop counts, and every drop adds up. With Dunlop, we can recycle used oil to prevent this destruction. Recycling oil not only cleans our environment, but also reduces the need for new resources, saving energy and protecting ecosystems. Let us handle your waste oil and help protect our environment for generations to come.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Planting nice plus smell, bubblegum, lemon, orange, pine, na lavender. Now, you got new flowers was moringa. You got was soap, blue family, blue Mary, na blue manto. Panamex PNG. Proudly PNG made.
This Thursday on Sports Scene, we speak with PNG Boxing Union.
Here, we just got on one promoter, and when the promoter puts on a fight, that's the only option.
And we talk CRU as we head into the finals. Sports Scene this Thursday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
EMTV proudly wishes Papua New Guinea a happy 50th anniversary. Tukai Sports.
Welcome to Tukai Sports. PNG NRL Cup has big games coming up this Sunday, the 31st of August, and the results of round 4 of the Santos Cup for the Women's Rugby League competition.
At the Santos National Football Stadium, in the men's competition, it is the grand final qualifier match. The Mendi Muruks will take on the Lay Snakes Tigers. The game starts at 1 p.m. and will be the game to watch. Also on Sunday, the semi-final match is set between the Moniplus Port Moresby Vipers and ENB Agma Gurias. Both teams are ready to give their best. Now to the Santos Cup in the women's competition. Round 4 wrapped up last weekend. The Gorokolanis beat the Mount Hagen Eagles 8-0 at John Amban Oval in Minj. At the Lay League ground, the Lay Snakes Tigers won the Moniplus Port Moresby Vipers 24-8. And at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby, Central Dabaris defeated the ENB Agma Gurias 18-8. And here is the latest Santos Cup ladder. Gorokalanis lead with 7 points, Lay Snakes Tigers are next on 5 points, Mount Hagen Eagles and Central Dabaris both on 4 points, and Moniplus Port Moresby Vipers and ENB Agma Gurias on 2 points. Joel Mipari, Tukai Sports.
The Papua New Guinea cricket community has shown strong support for its national cricket team touring jersey, with heartfelt messages from home and teammates.
On Monday, Cricket PNG staff, board members, management, coaches and players gathered to send their best wishes to the national team. In video messages and photos, the team back home shared their pride and belief in the Barramundis.
So these are your team from the ones behind your back. We'd like to say continue the fight. Doini Bagoada. Although the start na taina tame challenge, but
Bagoada mui gara already I been the memory mui ai. Am I support na mui
ai na lewas team. Am I support him? Bagoada mui gara already ai. Let's go! Baras! Let's go! Baras!
They spoke of strength, courage and the national spirit, reminding the players that the entire country is behind them. The messages include words of encouragement, support and unity. Many wore national team colours and stood together, showing the bond that connects the cricket family across the miles. The show of support comes at a key moment in the tour, giving the Barramundis a boost of confidence as they continue their matches. Cricket PNG says the message aims to lift team spirit and remind players every run and wicket is cheered from home. With pride running high and nation watching, the Barramundis carry not just a bat and ball, but the hopes of Papua New Guinea. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
The Port Moresby Women's Basketball League enters knockout stage, with top teams ready for grand finals this Sunday.
After weeks of hard games and great effort, top teams are now set for the single elimination matchups. Only the best 4 teams from each division have advanced. Tournament officials confirmed that the grand finals will be held this coming Sunday, August 31st. The knockout games are single elimination. Grand finals will be played on the same day. The weekend results include Tamaros losing to KSS Flames in the under-10 match and the Saints beating Tamaros in the under-12 division. KSS Flames had a big win in the under-16 boys game, scoring 52 points against Exodus. Matchups for the knockouts were based on team points and game percentages. These are done according to the winning points and team percentages, for and against. With grand final just few days away, excitement is growing. Fans are invited to come support women's basketball in Port Moresby. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
And we'll be back with more of Trukai Sports after the break. Stay tuned.
Trukai Sports.
Chicken kebab saja ya? Yum.
This different.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you. Yum. Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, 1 cube at a time.
Hilton Port Moresby Hotel. Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Your stay, your house, your home.
What is your favorite telephone?
save your top-up and press Get to Pay from your phone. Here's how to buy. Dial *775#, enter the meter number, enter the amount, press 1 to confirm, and receive SMS with voucher and transaction reference number. Great value and PNG old sure feels good. Drop in to your nearest telecom store or kiosk to top up and buy EasyPay. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching True Guy Sports. The 2025 BFPNG Southern Regional Basketball Championships ended on a high note in Alotau, Milne Bay Province after a week of exciting games and strong community support.
In the women's division, Alatau 1 won the championship, defeating the Kerema women 41 points to 32 in front of a proud home crowd. Kikori women took third place. Finals MVP went to Venelma Tokma from Alatau 1 for her leadership and scoring. The men's grand final featured two teams from Kikori. Kikori 1 beat Kikori 2 79 points to 66 in a fast-paced, action-packed game. Adam Maikai from Kikori 1 was named men's finals MVP. Kikori 2's Ipai Willie was the top point scorer and overall best performer of the tournament. The event attracted strong support from local leaders, including Ricky Morris, member for Alatau and provincial administrator. They pledged to support for new basketball infrastructure to grow the sport in the Milne Bay province. Basketball Federation President David Peters said regional tournaments like this help identify new talent for national teams and support the growth of basketball in PNG. This tournament was the first of its kind in 20 years and sets the stage for more regional championships ahead of the 2026 Nationals. Joel Mipari, True Guy Sports.
Moving to overseas sports, Alex de Menor has won in straight sets over fellow Aussie Chrysler Cornell 6-3, 6-4, 6-4. Earlier this morning, however, Maya joined progress to the second round of the US Open for the second time.
Now, Joint defeated Andorran qualifier Victoria Jimenez Kasanseva in straight sets 6-4, 7-6. Also on the men's side, Alexei Poprin is through to the second round with a straight sets win. He'll next take on world number 1 and defending champion Yannick Sinner. Gemma.
The home and away season is not over, with the game that was postponed due to Cyclone Alfred in the opening round is set to take place on the Gold Coast tonight.
A win for the Suns would ensure they will make the finals for the first time in the club's history, but a loss to the undermanned Bombers would see the Western Bulldogs claim the final spot in the top 8.
That ends True Guy Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
True Guy Sports. True Guy Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Bogus agriculture projects are being used by foreign logging companies to steal millions of tons of valuable tropical timber. The PNG Forest Authority must immediately suspend all FCA licenses and stop illegal log exports. Stop the FCA abuse now. This message was brought to you by community advocacy group Act Now.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck. Like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NAS Fund. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Join us weekly on MTV News A Closer Look, the current affairs program that brings you insight for the latest on education, health,
Healing to all the residents.
business,
We launched its VPN.
politics,
To infiltrate into our systems.
sports, and more.
As we observe the preparations for the women's.
A Closer Look, Sunday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The MoneyPlus weather report for the next 24 hours. For the southern region, Port Moresby City mostly fine, partly cloudy. Popondetta partly cloudy with chances of few showers tonight. To the Momasi region, Lay City cloudy periods with few rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Vanimo cloudy periods with some rain showers and thunderstorms. To the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau cloudy periods with some rain showers and thunderstorms. Buka cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. To the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, some rain showers and possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
Well, that was the news, sports and weather for Wednesday, the 27th of August, 2025. From all of us here, thank you for joining us. Bye for now.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
Coming up next, 7 p.m. Kai Time. 7:30 p.m. Talk PC News Headlines, followed by Local Fusion Semi-Final. 9:30 p.m. Churchill Rugby. 11:30 p.m. National MTV News Replay.
TV, in number one.